good, excellent. All right, Muhammad. So tell us, what is your assessment of the people you're going to be speaking to?
So my assessment is that...
First, how are you going to start? How are you going to assess them?
Okay, so, do you want me to give like a speech or just like a list?
No, I don't want you to give a speech. All we're doing is a prep work. I didn't say anything about speech.
I assess them as the fact that, well, they're mothers who want safety for their children, and they're grieving because they lost their children, and that we want to assure them that we're taking as many steps as possible to make sure that nothing like this happens again. And that probably, like, the least thing that they want to hear right now is about, like, anything that kind of stirs up their emotions because they've already, like, lost something so dear to them. So, like, to really get to them, we have to make sure that we, like, understand where they're coming from and try to, like, show our condolences and, like, how much we're, like, taking this seriously because it's such a big matter. And I think what I would try and do is, like, try to make them understand that to make sure that they, like, nobody else has to go through what they're going through, like, what they can do.
So this is your goals now. Wait, this is your goals now. This is not your assessment. Yeah. You finished your assessment of them?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I lost where you cut that off.
Oh.
So you assess them as moms that are grieving, going through a traumatic experience of losing their kids. And then you want them to see that you're taking it very seriously, right? Mm-hmm. Then the other stuff was goals.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all you assessed about them?
That and the fact that,
Okay, how old are they?
Probably like middle-aged women.
Okay, what does middle-aged mean?
Like between, well, since all their kids, since it was a high school,
that
means the children are between like 14 and 18.
Good.
So they're probably between in their late 30s, 40s, or sometimes early 50s.
Okay, so they're good, excellent. So you diagnose them as women late 30s to early 50s.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did you have the same?
Yeah, I have the NRA.
I'm sorry?
Oh yeah, I mean
you chose NRA, right?
Yeah.
What was the age? Did you think of their age?
I actually did not think of that.
Okay, good. So why did you not think of that?
I don't know.
Okay, is that important to them? Is where they're at in their life?
Yeah.
It is important. Age is very important, right?
Yeah,
when you study, I recommend that you guys study human development. It was a wonderful class I took. It really gives an understanding of the things that people are in different parts of life, especially if you're going to go into finance or marketing. Like, psychology is so important. The more you understand the people, the better. But anyway, so people that are in midlife crisis, different than millennials that are 20 or 30s, right? Somebody that's 40 or 50, they're at the peak of their life. Their entire life is different. Like, they feel like their life is coming on a downturn. They're so worried about their future of their kids, college payments, college loans, debts, the mortgage, house payments. Like, they're too late in their career to make a shift into there's so much different stress than earlier, right? So understand that. I think most of your parents, by the way, are, just look at your parents, all right? So very, very good. Excellent. What else? What else is there? What else is there about assessing them?
So
they're obviously grieving. How am I assessing that?
Well, they lost their child.
I'm sorry?
Their children have been murdered.
The children have been murdered. Yeah.
They need something to blame.
Excellent. Very good. So maybe they're looking for a place to blame, right? The way they're coping is through blaming. The way they're coping is through what?
Anger.
Anger. But anger at who? Could they have anger at Allah? What other anger could they have? Where's the anger directed? Good. So it can be directed at other people, like the NRA, or at who else? Who else is it directed to? You guys saw the videos. The government, politicians. How many already? 2 or 3 came out extremely strong against politicians, and they did nothing to save our babies. Right? Very good. What else?
No security.
Good. They can probably maybe blame the security, the school, the administration.
For metal detectors at school.
Good. Okay. Good. What else? What else could they blaming out of these? Outside of them, what might they be blaming?
Guns.
Guns?
What?
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure they're blaming guns. For sure they're blaming you. That's why I picked NRA. For sure. But who else? Again, just assessing.
The FBI.
No. FBI, okay, that came out. that they knew about this. So the government even more. Oh, that's all the general government. But what else? Themselves. They're blaming themselves. How couldn't I have been there to blame my baby? And I said, this is again not the father, right? This is the mother. Are they much more emotional? Are they much more willing to put themselves down? Absolutely. Sad but real. So understanding that they're tend to blame themselves. Very, very important. By the way, you can do this in different ways. I'm just saying, like, they should go and see all the videos that are being retweeted about the mothers. They should go on the hashtags of the victims and read what the media is saying, because that's also shaping their perspective. Not just their perspectives, but their friends and families' perspectives, right? So the media is also shaping. So I go on a hashtag on Twitter and I'm looking at what are they saying. Oh, they're playing this, that, or the other. Oh, okay. Oh, this is the narrative. Oh, I'm shaping my understanding of the people. You're going to make the most important NRAs. This is a very important speech. It's not a light speech. Of course, maybe you're not always doing this. You got staff, interns, right? But this is how you formulate a speech. This is how, right? Excellent. Then what? What is my goals? So go back to your goals. Let's share them. Anything else, by the way, an assessment that you put down?
I said that they're probably like if I were to do like research beforehand, like I know because I read the articles. None of the children that died, if I remember correctly, were Muslim, so they're probably either Christian or Jewish or something like that. Most of their children were white.
Good.
There was a couple of Hispanic children and a couple of black children, but mainly it was white because it's a suburb outside of Miami.
Good.
They're probably like middle class to upper middle class because it was like one of the nicer suburbs.
Good. Very good. Excellent. Very good. What else did you put? I want to focus on this one. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Isla. I know you did this.
He pretty much.
Okay, good. Give me anything you get that's different. Anything different you get.
I didn't really.
Okay. So did you try to assess it that way?
No.
Okay. So you understood how it's more.
Yeah,
it's a much more better understanding. Remember, the more you understand them, the more impactful your speech will be. Good. What else? Anybody else? Did this one?
I did this one too.
Okay, cool.
I think they can.
I don't want everybody to do the same ones, but okay, good. Nobody did Tom Harris? Then? Okay. I'll convince somebody to do Tom Harris in a second. Go ahead.
But I thought more about like there's like different stages of grief. So some of them might be like angry, and then some of them might be like depressed.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you thought about what state they're in. Excellent. What else? Anything else? Okay, good. What was your assessment?
Mine was about convincing the opposite gender to delete, or the male to delete the opposite gender on social media.
Good. What was your assessment of that?
There were like 14 to 16-year-old kids,
Okay, good. Of course, high school.
and I know that they're
Boys. They're high school boys. Okay, good.
Yeah, I said they're male.
I accept.
That they're not going to be mature to the talking about the opposite gender.
Okay.
That I know that they all have social media. They all know what happens around.
Good. What social media do they predominantly use?
Like Snapchat.
Snapchat. Good.
Instagram, and stuff like that.
Good. No, Snapchat and Instagram is most, but mostly Snapchat, right? It's the overwhelming.
Yeah, well, not anymore. It's
Teenagers.
update.
This is the update. Good. That's good. Pre-update. Yes. Good. What else? What do they feel about girls?
They basically. Well, I mean, I know they're not gonna be mature about it.
Okay, so okay, good. You're not gonna get
And then I
a
said.
mature response.
I want to talk about facts.
Okay.
Like where it starts and then where it leads off to.
Interesting. Okay, so you're gonna show them the danger. Okay,
And then I'll
good.
do from small to major.
Okay.
And that's basically all I had for right now.
Okay. Can you assess them a little bit more? How can we help Jamal? You're gonna speak to a group of teens about.
They probably have a crush on some girl, to be honest, or they like someone.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. Think about it from a girl's perspective, as if you're talking to girls. Same assessment. How would you assess it?
Well, they're in public school, right?
They're in public school, so that's impactful, right?
Yeah.
Good. So what does that mean, Maliha?
That means they're they probably have more friends of the opposite gender.
Okay, good.
They're probably more used to seeing the opposite gender all the time.
Talk, interacting with them, good.
Their parents aren't as strict as Islamic parents, so they'll let them hang out with the opposite gender, go places with the opposite gender.
Okay, so you think the group that you're going to be talking to is that they're going to have that?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, so they're more comfortable and engaging. Okay, so does that make your mission harder or easier?
It makes it harder.
Okay,
They
good.
might
Alright.
not as-
What else?
They might not be as religious,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay, how am I going to assess this? Remember, I'm trying to teach you guys techniques of assessment. How else can I assess this? Oh, where did it go? Ooh, I erased it.
Maybe like
Well, are most of them like a specific?
Can you follow them on social media?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you see what they put on social media?
yeah.
Who they hang out with? That's important, right? Can you know about their thoughts about women? What do they believe about? So if it's guys, what do they believe about women? Girls at that age,
They look at their looks.
their bodies, their looks. That's very important to guys at that age. Good. What else?
Their personality. Well, that's not
The girl's
not at this
personality?
age, yeah, not at this age, but they say they do.
What is the guy's personality at its teenager? What are they looking for?
They're looking for.
High school guys, what are they looking for? What's the value? What's the important thing to them? What do they value at that point?
They
At
just
that
want
stage in
someone
life?
to like chill with and like. Yeah, like chill with.
Good, but chill with like from the opposite gender. What does that mean to them?
Like lose their like virginity and stuff like that.
So yes, that's an outcome. That's an outcome possibly. No, but what are they actually looking for? Confidence.
Oh yeah, that too.
Isn't confidence,
Yeah.
guys, teenagers?
Ego.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not even ego. It's just being significant, feeling loved, feeling significant, feeling important, feeling like.
It's also about like kind of like social status in high school. It's like if you're like seeing somebody.
But what is that rooted from? Social status is rooted from.
Confidence, because
Yeah.
you like seeing.
And it makes me. The more popular I am, the more people like me, the more people support me, the more people love me, the more the girls attached to me. I feel good about myself. It's all about, guys. Teenagers is all about confidence, right? It's all about self-esteem, self-worth, self-value. Girls or guys. That's very, very important to them. That's why they seek that. They do things to get that. And the opposite gender is one way that they do that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So the better you understand, the better I'm able to influence. Good. What are the goals of your speeches? Quickly. We gotta get to this. What are the goals of your speeches as I erase the board?
So
What is the goal? What did you guys put down?
Some of the possible goals for like the mothers would be to like use their anger and like into like a positive thing, so we can like have them like advocate more for mental awareness, like mental like illness awarenesses.
Okay, good.
And, like organizing our society better to like prevent things like this, take care of people who need help before something like this.
Okay, so your goal is, look, I want them to shift their blame to mental illness. I want to talk about that. I want to, what else? I want to shift their grieving to focus on that problem. Okay, good.
Yeah, like advocate for that, and like maybe become like activists themselves.
Okay, good. Good, what else?
Like give them a certain perspective of the kid that shot everyone.
Oh,
Like that
Right.
he had a mental illness.
so you have his track record?
Yeah.
So you did some research on him?
I heard he was on medicine, like some kind of medicine.
He was on meds. Of course, you gotta confirm everything, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not. The NRA spokesperson is gonna go in front of people without facts. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Like you gotta confirm this stuff, right? Not just the rumors that kids are hearing. So very good, excellent. So you're gonna focus on this guy. Excellent, very good techniques. What else? Lillian, can you do Tom Harrison?
I don't know that much about that one. But I can do it, yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Malia. See how easy that was? You're gonna hate doing it, Malia, but you're gonna do it anyway. All right. So Malia, Tom Harrison. You're gonna do your assessment quickly, but what would be his goal? What's his number one goal in this speech?
To
make Islamic, like have Islamic school now.
it was to
Cut
either
off
like
Islam.
allow all religions in school or like none. I don't know. I don't really know that much about
The number one goal. What's on the line for him?
his
Oh,
job.
his position.
His position. So does he want to lose his position?
No.
No! Number one goal.
Just be
I need to make sure I convince them that I don't deserve to lose my position.
It'd be like PR recovery, basically.
Very good, excellent. By the way, what would be the number one goal of the NRA?
PR.
I think you said it.
Yeah, just kind of like.
Is to do what?
Make, like
Show the parents off with them.
Shift blame.
Shift blame.
Right? There goes not. I mean, there goes nothing else really. They just want to make sure that all the heat isn't coming to it. So they're shifting blame. Whereas Tom Harris is trying to. He's just trying to make sure I get this stress off of me so that I can keep my position. Right? Then he's gonna get into ideas or the thoughts I had. Okay, I wanna do this, that, and the other. Okay, you guys are gonna do the speech in a minute. What is the number one goal for you?
To like have at least like them delete the opposite gender.
Right, so the goal is to get them to leave, but they have to do what?
They have to be convinced.
Are you gonna force them to delete
They
it?
have to be convinced.
They have to be convinced to go and delete it themselves. Oh, okay, that's fine, that's fine. That's fine, Isla. Oh my god, you missed the best part. Okay, good. So, assessment and goals is very, very important. Now we're gonna focus a little bit about the how. General terms of the how, okay? Before you go, you should know that there are. Oh, mashallah. Excellent. What do they mean?
Ethics, logistics, and emotion.
Excellent. The most impactful, before you leave Isra, the most impactful persuasion, technique, or influence is when all three of these are combined. Okay? When the ethics or the credibility of the person is combined with them ingraining or indenting the mind, which combined with them affecting the emotional state of the person. It's the longest, most influential aspect of persuasion. Go ahead, you can go now, inshallah. Let's get into how this is done, okay? What does this mean from a theoretical perspective? Okay, now I'm the NRA president. I'm NRA president. I'm the youth person. I'm Tom Harrison. Okay. I need to shape my speech as much as possible with all three of these things, because I know if I use all three of these, it's much more powerful in persuasion. Okay. How do you? So let's start with logic. It's the one that most are referred to in persuasion. What does logic mean? How do I set up my message in a way that appeals to logic, or is focused around logic?
I could say like about how like provide numbers about how like most like mass shooters have like mental illness issues, and like how mental illness is such a greater problem than like guns should be, and like how guns are like mainly used for like self-defense, and some statistics about that.
Excellent. So what is all that?
Logic.
All that is evidence. I'm going to use as much evidence as possible to appeal to the mind, the conscious mind, the rational mind of an individual, right? So what are some of those things? So examples. So he said I'm going to use statistics, stats. Good, excellent. I'm going to use what else?
Case studies.
Case studies, excellent. Very good, what else?
Evidence of other, like, no, like as a teacher.
Examples, yeah, good, exactly, very good. Good, excellent, very, very good, excellent. You're gonna try to use different things that appeal to the mind. The logic is, it appeals to points that are debatable. You try to make a causal relationship between your message and evidence, okay? You want to link causation between your message and things that are proved in evidence. So things that are like, statistics that are short, sweet, information that's on point, quotes, testimonials, examples, that's all. By the way, is this used in commercials a lot? Messages a lot? All the time, right? Very, 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 very important. Good. What's pathos? How do I affect people's emotional state? Leo.
You try to like talk about like something that they care about, so that like they feel like sympathy or empathy for you. I don't know.
You said it. Why are you? To be more confident with it, you have to watch the first First time.
Okay.
But you're right. It was absolutely right. Say it with confidence even if it's wrong.
Okay.
All right, so their needs, absolutely, very, very good. Their needs are very, very important. Understanding where they are in their needs at that point. You guys have ever saw Maslow's hierarchy of needs? I suggest you guys Google that. If you guys have your computer, just Google it and look at it. Essentially, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it tells you where people are at that moment, right? So, where are they in that situation? They have, with the case of the women, their direct physical needs are being challenged, right? It's a very drastic. When somebody's needs are taken away, like it's one thing somebody to take away your shoes, like when somebody did something bad and ruined your shoes. It's another thing that somebody took away your house, right? So the needs assessment is very, very important. Where are these people right now in terms of their needs? So the more I impact their needs is powerful. What else? What else is in emotions? Impacts emotions. Let's use the case study of the women.
Using it like against them, or like not against them, but like making them.
No, what do people?
Sympathy.
No, the future that they emotionally drives them. What in the future emotionally drives people? Hope. You focus on the concepts of hope, the theories of hope. The hope is, it appeals to a higher level of things to come. It appeals to a better state to come, how their lives can be better, more successful, greater, how they can be more powerful. Hope is very effective at moving people. Hope. Message on hope. Who ran an entire campaign on hope?
Obama.
Obama's entire campaign was about hope, message, future. He mobilized one of the greatest political movements in history because a black person can bring hope, right? All on the message of hope. The last message under emotion, what is the emotion that contrasts so drastically?
Fear.
Fear. Excellent. By the way, these are, man, if you want to move people emotionally, if you master the things that affect these three areas, you can play with people very easily. It's almost the entire message of marketing and the landscape of influence today, right? It's very emotional at times, but fear is the consequences. What will happen if they don't? The danger, the harm, the pain that would come to them if they don't, or they won't buy, or they won't follow, right? Pain. And it's very, very powerful, okay? Excellent, very, very good. So last one is ethos. Again, these are the general concepts. You guys are going to shape your lectures in 1 second around one or three of these things. One or two or three, okay? Last one is ethos. What's ethos? What is the ethics of a speech? 3 C's. Anybody can guess? So what does ethics refer to? Who is this referring to, by the way? Refers to, number one, the credibility of the person.
Doesn't it have to do like something like the community or something?
Ethos?
Yeah.
Ethos
What's
in
that?
a message of persuasion, and persuasion signs, refers to the credibility of the person. Are they competent? Do they know their material? Have they practiced it thoroughly? Do they have experience? Are they is there an expertise? Is there research? That is very, very profound in persuasion. The more we feel somebody's an authority, the more they're likely to persuade us. Okay? So this all has to do with the person. Number 2, if you can add on top of that character, it becomes very profound. So their credibility is solid, but also their character is good, their reputation, their honesty. They see you act the way you do. They see that your actions and words are aligned. They see that you're trustworthy, you're vulnerable, you can open up to them. It's very, very important. And last but not least is charisma. If you can add the flair, and if you can add the energy and the passion, and if you can add the emotion, it becomes very, very powerful in persuading and influencing people. If you can, as a speaker, when you are able to add the charisma to credibility and character, it's very, very powerful, okay? These are the 3 underlining pinnings of any persuasive speech. The more and stronger each one, so if you use 1, what happens? There's a level of persuasion. If you use 2, level of persuasion. These 3 is level of persuasion. When you use 3 with depth, maximum persuasion. Make sense? Alright, can you guys shape your speeches now? Inshallah ta'ala. 5 to 7 minutes. I'm sorry, this is the most important speech of your life, but you have 5 to 7 minutes to do it. So in 5 to 7 minutes, can you guys please shape this speech, shape your area, your role play, shape it based on these 3. 1 or 3. And obviously you might lean to one more than others, but I want you to use these elements in your speech, inshallah. Okay? Take 5 minutes, work on it. I'll work on it with you guys for 5 minutes together, and then we'll present for the last 10 minutes of class. Okay? Try to shape your speech. Tom Harrison, NRA, Youth in a Masjid. Shape your speech so we have a good assessment of what they are. I know the 1 or 2 things that are goals that I'm trying to achieve out of this speech. That's great. So how do I make this speech first? How do I appeal to logic? What can I put in my speech that's going to appeal to logic? It's okay if you make it up better. What am I going to put in my speech that's going to appeal to emotion? How am I going to understand their needs, their problems, their pains? How am I going to give them hope? Do I play on fear? How do I include fear here? How do I increase my credibility with them? How can I show my competence? How can I show my character? How can I show my charisma? Right? The more I include of these elements, the more persuasive my long-term speech will be. The more impactful it will be at that moment. Okay? And then we will record you guys.
Oh man.
Yes, we record everything here so that we can send it. By the way, we need to work on a baseline lecture for you. I'll speak to you guys about Wednesday, but I want a baseline lecture, an initial lecture, or an initial speech, so that way we can measure it at the end. Inshallah. Okay? Actually, let me text Salah, because okay. One more minute, please. Put your thoughts together. I'm going to help you for 5 minutes as well. Then you guys will come up and present. Hamid, you doing all right? Jamal, you doing all right? All right, one more minute. Just write down, how can I appeal to ethos, pathos, and logos? How can I persuade using ethos, pathos, and logos? Ethos, pathos, and logos. All right, 11:45. Okay, let's talk this through together for 5 minutes. Then you guys can present. Let's start. Who was last to go last time? All right, let's start with Malia.
Okay.
Try to help you out. Okay.
So I didn't have much down because I really don't know that much about this topic.
Okay. Oh man, come
I
on.
wanted to
Okay.
I started to appeal with pathos first.
Okay.
So I talked about how my family's been grieving and my 5-year-old daughter is being targeted in school. I don't know if he has a 5-year-old daughter.
Okay, no, that's okay. You can make that up. I don't mind that part.
Okay.
Credibility is okay.
Yeah.
But wait, are you going to use his daughter as a case study?
No, I just want people to feel bad for me.
Okay, but you want them to feel bad then what? So again, he wanted Islam removed from schools, right?
Yeah.
So his justification was, why? Because Christianity is removed from schools.
Mhm.
And it's not fair that Islam is in schools. That's his justification, right?
Yeah.
So how are you using this daughter in this case? I just want to make clear. I don't understand.
Well,
You're using your daughter to say that she's being attacked, because of the outlash of what I
Yeah.
posted? Okay. Good. Sympathy. So it's sympathy not for his daughter in school, it's sympathy
No.
for the
Yeah.
backlash he's received.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Excellent. Good.
And then I start off saying, I hope that's fake. Okay, I don't really know, but one of my points was that based on what he has said, I hope that it sparks a discussion about religions and the place they have in public schools.
Nice. So you want to spark.
in the middle.
Okay, good. So the sparking idea, that idea is more appealing to logic, right?
Mhm.
So you're sparking. So it can go under the concept of, I have it in here. You want to present a debatable point, right?
Yeah.
Guys, this is a debatable point, and I don't want you to blame me, but I'm trying to get the message hey, why is Islam kind of outwardly represented in public schools, but not Christianity?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good. So this is a debatable point. Appeals to logic. Good. Okay, good. Anything here that you wanted to focus on? I want to give you a suggestion,
Okay.
and you guys can agree with this or not. If you come out and the first thing you do is you say, "Guys, my life is ruined because of this,"
I think you should
feel bad for me. What can get ruined here?
You're-
You can't get your credibility. We don't care, you piece of racist, this, that, or the other, right? So you want to do this in a subtle way, okay?
Okay.
If you want to really play to the keeping the credibility. Okay, good. All right. Yes.
So I used a little bit of logos. We can put some random statistics about how a certain percentage of shooters have mental illnesses, and
Good.
how we actually use guns for self-defense more.
Good.
And that if we didn't have guns, then the school officers that we have on campus wouldn't be able to defend as effectively.
Got it. Okay, good. So you have some evidence.
Yeah.
Good. How about pathos?
Well, I have some where I don't know if that's more credibility or not, but I kind of made up about how I'm the president of the NRA, but my own son was killed in the Boston Marathon massacre, so I know what the pain feels like. And
Good.
I understand, I get what that the fact that they want to blame somebody and that they're right to blame, and the top candidate to blame is mental illness.
Okay, good. Excellent. He's got it good. Anything about ethos?
Kind of.
Did you think about it?
Sort of really.
Okay.
I think the whole my son was killed thing kind of makes me-
Okay, good. So you're gonna appeal to that.
understand.
Okay, that's good. It's pretty charismatic as well.
Okay.
Shows vulnerability, which is a very good thing. Yes.
I think mine is about logo, logic.
Okay. What do you got?
Well, first I'm gonna start off from where it starts from texting them and to where it ends.
Okay.
I'm gonna give an example because I have, from the school that I go to, I have examples of guys that that uses it,
Good.
that did it to get something out from the girl.
Okay,
Or
good.
something from
So you got examples, good.
um
Where you get and where you end? What are you trying to? What is the end?
like the farthest you went with, like the end of it, like what I'm trying to say is like, so like where you start from texting, talking, just having a normal conversation.
And where does it end?
Leading to dating and extra things like that, or causing them to what's it called? Or just causing them to have no confidence in themselves.
Okay,
like,
good.
Basically, like cyberbullying.
Okay, good. So what are you trying to spark? I'm sending fear here. That's what I'm trying to say. Can you make that fearful? Like, does that mean that there's gonna be pain at that point?
Yes, and
Okay, good.
you can go to jail.
Okay, good. Good. Definitely fear.
Yes.
All right, good. And how about anything here you put?
It can ruin your character,
Okay.
and then your credibility too once you're like grown up and stuff like that.
Okay, good. I like that. Very good. All right, excellent. All right, who wants to present?
You already?
Yeah. Well, come on, guys. This is rapid fire.
Okay, I'll go.
All right, come on. This one. Huh?
Can I read this?
Yes, of course, absolutely. Bring whatever you feel comfortable with. Let's see how well he does in presenting the different parts. All right. All right. Let me know when you're ready. 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Bismillah.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, to introduce myself, I'm the current president of the NRA. I have worked with guns for the past 25 years. The first 7 years of my professional career, I spent working with high schools in Florida, trying to monitor gun movements and working with the district officials to see how we can better promote safety on campus, more rules that we can apply to prevent issues, how we can equip on-campus safety officers with better weapons and better tactics to deal with situations like this. First of all, on behalf of all of those around the nation and the world that are appalled by this tragic incident, I want to offer my condolences to all of you that have been affected so deeply. And I can relate to the loss of a child when in 2014, my son was killed in the Boston Marathon massacre. And it was unexpected, it was tragic. I found out not even through my own methods, but over social media after my son's picture was posted in a news article as one of the victims. So it was a really traumatizing time in my life. I know that at this point you want to basically give up everything, and you blame yourself. You try to blame anything that you can find. But the key issue is mental illness. And according to a government study, 94% of mass shooters have mental illnesses, and that's what drives them to do tragic things and horrifying things such as this. Now, what we need to do as a community, as a nation, is to be targeting mental illness. What we can do in the future to prevent more issues like this is, as a group of people, we need to target people who have mental illnesses, try to get them the help they need to make sure that they don't cause harm not only to themselves but to the people around them and to their communities. And obviously it's really tragic, but the key point here is not about guns, because as a matter of fact, guns were used over 923,000 times last year in self-defense and safety. And if it wasn't for guns, our own school officers on campus wouldn't have been able to defend, and the death toll today would have been much higher, which is something that none of us want. So the key issue here is to focus on mental illness. What we can all do is advocate for better mental illness strategies, programs, health services. You as mothers, now that you know, to prevent future mothers in our community to feel like this, you can take a stand and make sure that we never have to see anything like this again. From today onwards, let's advocate and let's work towards the abolishment of school shootings for the rest of our lives.
That's wonderful. Excellent. Very, very good. Very, very good. Excellent. MashaAllah. Very good. Very good. Come on, Bismillah. Yeah, guy, girl, guy.
Oh my god. That was so good. That was really good.
That was very, very good, Muhammad. MashaAllah.
Okay. Well, mine's gonna suck.
That's okay. Don't worry about. Just focus on yours. Don't worry about anybody else's.
Alright, hello everybody, my name is Tom Harrison, and I just want to start off by apologizing to the whole community about my last repost. I understand how the message could have unintentionally made me seem Islamophobic, but I just want to reassure that was not my intention. I hope that this can spark a renewed discussion about religion in schools. I personally, the reason why I reposted it was just to, bring a discussion about how Christianity has been kicked out of schools, but Islam hasn't, and I feel like it needs to be fair and equal. Yeah, peace. Sorry.
All right, very good. Jazakallah khair, mashallah, very, very good. Excellent, excellent. Go ahead, Jamal. Excellent, Jazakallah khair. This is your first talk too, mashallah.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you. These guys have had some experience. All right, bismillah, go ahead, Jamal.
Alright, so, wait, should I keep it with just my name?
Whatever you like.
Alright, so my name is Jamad, and I am 15. I'm here to talk to you about social media and how you should basically delete the opposite genders. Alright, so for this, I'm going to talk to you about examples that I had with guys that I used to hang out with for a whole summer. Actually, this happened like last year. He was texting this girl, and he kept it texting friends, and then he started begging and asking until she finally did it. And right here it says on Guardchild, it says that 20% of all internet pornography is with children. That has 20,000 images posted, basically. And that 65% of all ages from 8 to 14 are in cyberbullying, which is basically just bringing down their confidence, making them want to hurt themselves and bully and like hurt others. What's it called? Yeah, I think that's all I got.
That's it?
I think so, yes.
Okay, okay.
I
Sure?
forgot.
Okay, good. That's fine. Jazakallah khair. Clap it up, mashallah.
I had a whole speech, but then I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, so when you came up,
Yeah.
All right, good. Jazakallah khair. It's okay. You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Inshallah ta'ala. Definitely writing the points down. Good. And a phone usually not the best. Best thing. It's better if you have a laptop or an iPad. It's bigger and it'll help you. But jazakallah khair. Very good. Excellent. MashaAllah, very, very good, guys. Work on these, inshallah ta'ala. I'd like for you guys to work on these a little bit, develop them, mature them. It's a part of, again, we're practicing a lot, so we're trying to get as much practice as possible doing it. You guys get more comfortable with it. So, I want us to finish on time. The brother Amr Osman is going to be presenting the next segment of our program. He asked if he can move the program to Wednesday evening because he's not able to make it on a Monday or Saturday. So I really wanted him to. He's going to focus on how to build a message, how to create it, how to make it stick, and how to research a message a little bit more from a content perspective. So are you guys okay with moving class for this week, and I think just for this week, to 5 to 7 Wednesday? I don't know, he didn't confirm about the week after. We're trying to get 2 sessions with him, and so far we've had 3. So if inshallah it works out with his schedule, I'm going to try to figure out a way where it can fit on a Saturday. But are you guys okay if we did a Wednesday next week?
I won't be able to make it on Wednesday.
You want me to make a Wednesday, okay?
Honestly, I most likely am.
Okay.
Because our coach been canceling all our practices and stuff, so most likely.
Okay, so you're worried about soccer. You have soccer Mondays?
I can, Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So the times that we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Hamad?
I would be able to make it. It's better than Tuesdays, actually.
Okay. It's better than Mondays. We were Mondays.
Both Tuesdays and Mondays. Wednesday's
Oh.
better than Mondays.
Oh, okay. Okay, for you. Okay, good. And is it fine if it's 5 o'clock?
I think I would probably be a little bit late then because I get out of school like 4:30.
So 6 o'clock is better.
Yeah, 6.
So we're gonna keep it 6. I wanted to keep it 6, so that's fine. Wednesday's impossible.
Yeah, I have school and work, and then I have to go to Epic later at night.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I'll
Okay.
do Wednesday.
okay. So I'll try to stick to Wednesday 6 to 8. I'll ask the other people in this class, inshallah, if it works out. That'll be great. Okay? Any questions or comments or thoughts? You guys can please feel free. I sent an article. So I sent a couple of
I opened
videos.
it.
I'm trying to. I'm sorry?
I opened it this
Okay, great, yes. Harvard Business Review, a little bit about persuasion. It increases, getting your perspectives. I'll try to share a video, inshallah ta'ala, with you guys with more content. I appreciate you guys being here, inshallah ta'ala. Keep practicing on this. And so our next session will be with Brother Omar Osman, inshallah ta'ala. I'll record that session. And I did send the recorded sessions from the past.
Okay.
Barakallah feek. Jazakallah khair. It's a pleasure again. Very, very good jobs. We'll see you guys next week.
So I had a lot to talk about, but it just blew out.
Oh, yeah, it happens, right?
Happened to me too.
Yeah.
It happens, it happens, it
I had
happens.
the whole thing planned and then it flew out.